What is happening, fellow Cobras? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing Xolo Maridueña teasing Miguel's story for Cobra Kai Season 5. But if this is your first time with us and you love Cobra Kai and Karate Kid, consider joining our dojo today by hitting the red subscribe button down below and turning on all notifications so you never miss a brand new video the moment it gets uploaded. Saying Cobra Kai Season 4 was a success just like its predecessors would be the understatement of the year. And while the story of course focuses on the legacy characters of Daniel and Johnny as the show's leads, us fans were pleasantly surprised by the depth of the emotional journeys of the characters. And one in particular that really sticks out to most of us is the character of Miguel's. In the final moments of Season 4's conclusion saw Miguel leaving the valley for Mexico in hopes of finding his father. He left a note behind for his yaya, mother, and Johnny to find, explaining what he was doing and his reasonings behind it. But the real kicker here is when Carmen revealed to Johnny when he said he would go after him, was that her ex-husband, aka Miguel's father, has no knowledge of Miguel's existence.
There's something I didn't tell you about my ex-husband.
I know. You said he's a bad dude. Don't worry, I can handle myself. And I'm sure he'd never hurt his own son.
That's just it. He doesn't know Miguel exists.
And of course, Xolo, the actor who plays Miguel, already knows what happens to his character as filming of Season 5 already wrapped right around the holiday season. And on a recent episode of his podcast called Lone Lobos that he does with his buddy Jacob Bertrand, who also plays Hawk on the show, he teased what was coming for Miguel's story in Season 5 when it eventually does come around. And when discussing Cobra Kai on the Lone Lobos podcast, Xolo revealed that the writers didn't even know what was going to happen after the Season 4's finale. Xolo went on to say, "Now, having filmed Season 5 and gone through it and everything, obviously the writers have figured out what happens after Season 4. But at that point, they didn't know. Honestly, they told me a couple of different versions and none of them are actually what happened." He also did touch upon Miguel's defeat in the All-Valley tournament in Season 4 as well. Now, he could have been joking here a little bit, but it does sound like he wasn't a big fan of the plot, at least at first. Because they did tell him, they walked right up to him and said, "You don't win." And Xolo said his response was all like, "Alright, unrealistic." But he did go on to mention that Season 5 will work and pay off for that, even though he did forfeit the match. And he continued with, "I will say is, you have to have trust in John, Josh, and Hayden. Because somehow, dude, they threw me off a damn building and still somehow made it work out." And even on his podcast, he mentioned an interview that he did with Variety that was published on January 11th and said that his character is going to be going on a naive mission, but will be a clean slate for him. The first thing that really hit me personally when I heard Xolo say all of this on his podcast is that I'm now under the impression that it's not only us as the audience that is constantly on the edge of our seats and getting surprised. It truly seems that the creators continue to leave the actors themselves as well speechless. And perhaps what I love most about this whole dialogue from Xolo is mostly the level of trust that the cast puts into these writers. They really make it known that they have their full support and have nothing but great things to say about them. What more can I say? In the big three, we trust. Anyways, I went off on a little tangent there, but back to Xolo's tease about Miguel. What I found most interesting here is not that he's going on a naive mission and all. We all knew that. He set off pretty much blindly into unfamiliar territory where he doesn't know anyone personally, he hardly has any money, not much direction. If you really think about it, all he really has is his karate. But if he's heading into the territory of a bunch of dangerous people, I mean, hand-to-hand combat, that'll get you far, but when it comes to like stopping like a knife or a gun, that's a totally different story. He probably doesn't even know what his dad looks like. And we don't even know if Miguel knows his father's actual name. But the fact that he's going to have a quote-unquote clean slate is something I wasn't necessarily expecting by him saying this, but it's definitely clear that Miguel's not going to have any restraints or commitments that isn't related to his father while he's going to Mexico. So I could totally see Miguel's going to be all hell-bent on finding his father on this mission, because after all, if he wasn't, he wouldn't have just left a note at his house. I don't really think there's going to be anything stopping him to finding his dad. I mean, other than potential dangers that may come, but I don't think like Johnny or Carmen or anybody's going to have any luck in bringing him back until he, finally comes face to face with his actual dad. But lastly, I definitely think it's worth mentioning as a part of a clean slate that Xolo talked about, it's definitely going to be a new chapter for the character of Miguel, and we're going to be seeing a lot of new things that we've never seen from his character before. And what is that, you might ask? I wish I had the answer at this point in time, but right now we're just going to have to wait and see. With that being said, guys, that'll do it for this video. Be sure to let me know down below in the comments section what do you think of these teases of Miguel's story in Cobra Kai Season 5 by Xolo Maridueña. You know what to do next. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and make sure you're subscribed to Strike First Media. I got plenty more Seasons 4 and 5 videos coming that you won't want to miss. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.